Is destroying the great superpower of the US a matter of less than 40 seconds? It does seem so because Iran has just announced its first hypersonic missile. Iran is now among the only 4 nations with this capability. So how would this strategic move play out for Iran and its arch rivals? Well, let's find out. The Iranian hypersonic missile is the Fatah, apparently named after one of the 99 names of God in Islam, meaning victory giver. In theory, hypersonic missiles can soar through the skies at an astonishing velocity, equivalent to at least Mach 5. These missiles could traverse a distance of 1.7 kilometers or 1.05 miles in a single second, which is an incredible 3,836 miles per hour. While some ballistic missiles have already achieved such remarkable speed, this new breed of weaponry distinguished itself from the rest by its unique attribute. After piercing through the atmosphere, these hypersonic missiles veered away from the predictable trajectory of their counterparts. Instead, they embraced a more unpredictable and erratic path, cleverly evading detection and taking out targets stealthily. Iran claims its projectile had an impressive reach of 1,400 kilometers or 870 miles. But what made it truly remarkable was its mind-boggling speed. It can soar through the skies at an astonishing velocity of Mach 15, which is equivalent to 5.1 kilometers or 3.2 miles per second. I mean, just imagine something moving that fast. And their claims don't end here either. To add to its impressive features, the missile boasted a clever design. It has a special movable part called a secondary nozzle, which allows it to change direction in mid-flight. This maneuverability was made possible by using solid propellants, which are special materials that fuel the missile, which means that it can swiftly navigate through the air both within and outside the Earth's atmosphere. But are these claims actually correct? We'll take a look into that later in the video, but before that, we need to give context on why Iran is making such military tech. The relationship between Iran and Israel is strained for several reasons. It started with the Iran Islamic Revolution in 1979, which created an anti-Israel stance. Geopolitical rivalries and Iran's nuclear program have further fueled tensions. Iran's support for militant groups like Hezbollah and Hamas has alarmed Israel. Not only that, Iran's hostile rhetoric towards Israel is seen as a threat by the US, since Israel is its main ally. The complex interplay of history, geopolitics, and ideological differences continue to shape their strained relationship. Currently, Iran stands as a flag bearer of Palestinian peace as Israel massacred the land with no notable actions from global organizations. Iran has also joined the Russian bloc, and Russia also benefits if Iran has a strong arsenal. In recent years, Iran's missile program has been steadily expanding, painting a picture of a nation poised to possess the Middle East's most extensive and diverse array of ballistic missiles. Both the United States and its ally Israel have expressed grave concerns about Iran's missile capabilities, viewing them as a significant regional threat, particularly due to the fears that these missiles could potentially carry nuclear warheads. Iran, on the other hand, has consistently maintained that its missile arsenal serves solely defensive and deterrent purposes. Another allegation on Iran is that they might be selling drones to Russia for using them against Ukraine. A missile deal was also suspected between the two countries, but there is no considerable proof if the deal actually happened or not. One thing is clear is that Iran is trying to do everything to apprehend Israel. Israel's own Iron Dome might be incapable of dealing with the missiles with such maneuverability, and on paper, the addition of this missile and arsenal gives Iran an upper hand on the US ally. Remember, Iran is only among US, China, and Russia that have this sort of missile technology, especially if Iranian authorities are not gaslighting. And their neck-to-neck rivalry with Israel is clearly the impetus. But do US allied countries actually have something to worry about? Well, let's see what the indicators suggest. The video showcasing the Fatah missile has raised doubts about its authenticity and existence. Amos Yadlin, a former head of the Israeli Military Intelligence Directorate, doubts Iran's claims and suggests that they prioritize propaganda over actual performance. Developing hypersonic weapons is challenging, and even major powers like the US, Russia, and China have faced difficulties. The limited information provided by Iran through an animated video and scaled models makes it difficult to assess their progress in implementing the technology. Iran has previously claimed to possess hypersonic weapons, but their previous version lacked a powered re-entry vehicle. Tal Imbar, a missile expert, suggests that Iran's design is innovative, allowing the missile to maintain velocity and altitude during re-entry. He believes the impact shown in the video is genuine, as Iran has demonstrated precision missile strikes before. Yet, he classified the Fatah missile as a poor man's missile due to its unconventional design. While Iran's extensive missile program often relies on foreign technology, Imbar asserts that the Fatah missile represents a unique Iranian design distinct from those of North Korea, Russia, or China. He emphasizes the seriousness of the threat and urges Israel to pay attention. So this whole debate brings us to two different scenarios. Scenario 1, Iran actually possesses a hypersonic, which is highly doubtful, and the other, it doesn't. No country can ever underestimate its enemy because it is directly linked to its own defense. So let's take a look into the first scenario, which means that if Iran has a hypersonic missile, does Israel have the measures to counter it? And for that, we'll have to see what these experts have to say. Even without the inclusion of advanced technologies such as Skysonic, Israel is renowned for its multi-layered air defense system, with the Arrow system serving as the topmost layer. Yadlin suggests that although Arrow 3 and Arrow 4 can effectively intercept hypersonic missiles up to a certain velocity, it remains unclear whether Iran possesses operational missiles surpassing that speed. In such a scenario, Israel would need to respond differently, primarily through preemptive strikes. Galiski holds some optimism regarding the effectiveness of the existing systems. He highlights that the hypersonic missiles of this nature undergo atmospheric re-entry, causing them to deteriorate due to friction. This process generates a thermal signature that can be detected and intercepted by air defenders. Rubin expressed his confidence in the ability to defend against the Fatah missile as well. He cites the successful Patriot interception of Russia's hypersonic Kinzhal missile and points out that the German decision to proceed with the purchase of the Arrow system as evidence. According to him, the German acquisition implies that there are viable responses to hypersonic missiles. However, Imbar views this new type of missile as a challenge to all existing missile defense systems, including Arrow, THAAD, and similar interceptors developed by other nations. He acknowledges that comprehending the capabilities of this emerging threat will require time. But in a positive outlook on that, Imbar believes that there is little chance of Iran proliferating this type of missile, similar to their supply of Shahed 136 drones to Russia. Iranian officials have made assertions regarding the Fatah missile, claiming that it cannot be effectively countered by existing air defense systems. They even go as far as suggesting that it has the capability to target and destroy these defenses, thereby paving the way for subsequent volleys of less advanced missiles. While the term unstoppable is not entirely accurate, it is undeniable that intercepting this weapon would present significant challenges. It is worth recalling the case of Russia's Kinzhal hypersonic missiles, which were also touted as unstoppable. Initially, Russia launched these missiles towards Ukraine in 2022, and they appear to live up to their reputation as Ukraine's outdated Soviet-era air defenses failed to intercept them, despite successfully shooting down the majority of incoming Russian cruise and ballistic missiles. The only way to judge the exact capabilities of Fatah is to watch its live demonstration and testing. We cannot claim exactly if it's good enough without the test, because trillion-dollar economies face a plethora of economies while developing such missiles. And how could a country with an economy like Iran manage this feat? As of now, we have more questions than answers, and we all have to wait in anticipation for the clouds to fade.